I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. You, that's right, you, the person watching right now, I don't care who you are, you have a secret superpower. I'm gonna let you in on that superpower, but listen, in the beginning, that superpower is a little weak. So we're gonna work on it. We're gonna make that superpower stronger day by day by day. And you look back a year from now and you will have superhuman mental strength. So let's talk about what that superpower is. When we were all created, whether you wanna believe the divine coder did it to us, or God, or Allah, or whatever you wanna call it, when we were created by and designed by whatever divine being that you believe in, when we were created, we were given a superpower. But the problem is that superpower was packed deep inside of our heads, and very few of us actually access that superpower to be able to go on and take over the world and do whatever we want. See, most people actually have been told that they don't have this superpower, and they've linguistically convinced their subconscious to disregard that superpower, even though we have it inside of us all along. Would you like to know what the superpower is? If so, hit the like button. Leave a comment, make sure you subscribe, something like that. Make sure you take a little action. I'm gonna give you the game superpower. Least you can do is like click a button or whatever. It's like, oh, it's so heavy. Back to the story here. That superpower is focus. You see, human beings have a superpower, and that superpower is focus. And right now, you just got distracted because you thought the fact that I said focus was a superpower is bullshit, and it's not. Come back to me here. I'm gonna hook you up, okay? I'm gonna tell you the game, some shit that's very simple yet highly effective. Let me tell you how important focus is. Focus is so important that the force of average has people committed to staying unfocused. The force of average has one job and one job only, and that's to distract you every single chance it gets. Because we know, and if you don't admit this, you're lying to yourself. We know, you and I both know, that when a human being is in the zone and when we're focused, we become unstoppable. When Elon Musk got focused on going to Mars, we became unstoppable. When Jeff Bezos got focused on selling everything under the planet to us, all of a sudden we buy everything under the planet from Amazon, right? When the president gets focused on becoming president, they become president. When people get focused on overthrowing bad regimes and winning wars, we win. That's what we do as human beings. When we are focused and in the zone, we are unstoppable. What I want you to do is I want you to think about the last time that you were focused and in the zone. Maybe you're writing a blog post or making a video like this, or closing sales, or working on a marketing funnel, or speaking in front of an audience. Whatever it was, you were in the zone and you were unstoppable at that moment. So the key is knowing that that's our superpower. How often can we use that superpower to our will, right? How can we bend that superpower to our will to where we can use it any chance that we want? If we know that focus is the one thing that allows us to be unstoppable, how can we become unstoppable at all times and 100% focused? And that's what I'm gonna teach you today, okay? Now listen, you have to understand, and I'm gonna tell you a story about a baby elephant here. When a baby elephant is born and it joins the circus, right? Baby elephant's born, it's bought by the circus or whatever. They hammer a stake in the ground and they tie a chain around the baby elephant's leg and they chain it to that stake. The baby elephant can fight and pull and it will never be able to pull that stake up and move. Eventually, the baby elephant's convinced that the stake is unmovable and it gives up. Meanwhile, the baby elephant grows from being a baby elephant into a giant beast, and it could easily lift up one of its huge, gigantic pachyderm legs. I threw the old pachyderm in there. I like to use big words sometimes. But it lifts up its huge elephant leg and could break that stake and go run all the way to wherever the hell it wanted to. Escape the zoo, escape the circus, anywhere that it's in, but it never thinks to try that. Why? Because it's been stapled and staked since birth. What's the same way with your focus as a human being? As a kid, you were probably told that you had ADD, right? The teachers probably told you you can't focus. As an adult, you tell yourself things like, well, I don't pay attention to the details, or I'm scatterbrained, or I have ADD moments, right? We're constantly trying to reassure ourselves that we can't focus. That's how strong focus is. It's such a superpower that almost everything on the planet is trying to distract you or convince you that focus is a waste of time and it's not for you. But when you flex your focus muscle on a daily basis, it starts to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And you get to a point like me where you just stay in the zone. You just stay in the zone at all times. So how do you stay focused? First of all, you got to focus on 4 areas that we call the G code. The G code, the code to be greatness. If you want to be great, you have to be focused. And if you want to be focused, you have to define what you need to focus on. You see, most people, they're not focused because they don't know what to focus on in the first place. They have no agenda, no things to focus on, so they just whimsically live their entire lives wondering why they can't get in the zone again. Right? The times that you were in the zone, you had something to focus on. A term paper, a blog post, a video, you had something to focus on, therefore you were focused. Most of us don't know what or don't have an idea or a plan to be focused, therefore we don't focus, we're easily distracted. So we're gonna stick to the G code. The first thing that we're gonna focus on winning every single day is having a grateful mindset. We're gonna focus every day on being grateful for what we have. And really, people tell you all the time, they say you need work-life balance, you need to find balance in your life. Here's the only balance that you need in life. You need the balance between the desire and the pursuit of what's next and the appreciation and thankfulness for what's now. That's the only balance we're looking at. We're looking to be grateful for what we have while chasing what's next. That's the true balance that we're looking for. When you step on one side and get unbalanced in those two things, everything else changes. So if you're looking for work-life balance, that's bullshit. You're balanced on being grateful for what you have right now and chasing what's next. And so that all starts with being grateful for what we have right now. Because if you're not grateful for what you have now, you'll never get what's coming next. So you got to focus on being thankful. Every day we wake up, we have new wants, new desires, new things that make us mad, new things that make us angry. But if we start shifting our focus from all those things, the desires, the wants, and everything else, and we start shifting the focus to be grateful for what we have, all of a sudden we're focused on being grateful. And when you're grateful, you have an abundant mindset. When you have an abundant mindset, you have big beliefs. And when you have big beliefs, you're focused in the zone and unstoppable. The next thing is we're going to work on our genetics. Okay, we're going to focus on being the most elite version of ourselves. Then we got to go to the gym. We got to make sure that we eat right. And when I use the word diet, right, the first three letters are die, D-I-E. Die, oh, I'm dying of starvation. When I use the word diet, I don't mean like you just have to eat rabbit food for your life. You know, one of the greatest things my personal trainer, Mark, taught me was he said, hey, when you go out to lunch and you order a hamburger, it's cool. Eat a hamburger, but just eat half of it. And wait 10 or 15 minutes. If you're still hungry, eat the other half. But just start out by eating half of it. And then all of a sudden you're consuming 600 calories instead of 1,200, and the end result's still the same. You're full and you got the nourishment that you needed. Just little tweaks in our genetics like that, but get focused on cutting those calories. Get focused on improving in the gym. Start measuring the numbers. Right? Like we're checking for PRs, for personal records in the gym. We're checking to make sure that my time is faster than the last lap, that my pull is stronger than the last pull, that my squat has more weight on it than the last squat. We're tracking and focused on improving every area of my genetics daily. The next one is your grind. Focus on being successful in your business every day. Where can you get wins? Here's how I run my business. You see, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a CEO, I don't have a boss. There's nobody over my shoulder telling me what to do. So I have a calendar and a schedule that holds me accountable. All day, every day, I'm watching slots on my calendar as if it's my supervisor telling me what job's next. I schedule everything in my life, not just work, but home as well. I schedule the time that I spend with my sons. I schedule the time that I spend with my wife. I schedule vacations. I schedule the time in the gym. I schedule the time that I meditate. I schedule the time that I do any extracurricular activities. I schedule every single thing. I put it in there. Because I'm going to manage my time and I'm going to be focused on getting the most out of it, especially on my grind. While I'm at work, everything from 9 to 5 or from 8 to 10 or whatever the hours that you work needs to be documented. If you look at your schedule and you have empty slots during the day, fill them up with shit that you know you need to do that you've been putting off. That's how you stay focused. The next thing, the last thing, is you focus on always improving the group of people around you. If you're leveling up and the folks around you aren't, you got to let them level off. Every day, I'm making sure that the people around me are leveling up. They're becoming better people. They're becoming more personally developed. They're reading more books. They're learning more information. They're getting a part of more social clubs. They're thinking bigger. They're acting bigger. They're working on becoming the most elite version of themselves daily. Those are the people that I want in my network, right? That starts with my wife, the person who's closest to me. If she stops leveling up, we're both in trouble. So I got to make sure every day that I'm doing the right things and I'm focused on helping us level up together as parents and as husband and wife. The next thing, I'm focused on helping my boys every single day. I'm making sure that my 3 sons, that they are leveling up and improving at least 1% every single day of their life. I'm focused on improving the group around me. My employees, my clients, my referral partners, my friends, all of that, I'm making sure that we're all focused on going to the next level together. That's how it has to be, because here's the thing, if you're on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're a 7 and you hang around 5s, you'll become a 5. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you're a 7 and you hang around 10s, you'll become an 8, a 9, maybe even a 10, because they will lift you up. But if you hang around the wrong group and you're not focused on having the best group of people around you possible, they will bring you down. Here's the last 2 things that'll help you following the G code, okay? If you are a person that has attention deficit disorder, like you've been legitimate and you're not addicted to Adderall or some bullshit like that, you've been legitimately diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, there's a few things that'll really help you out, that have helped me out over the years and have changed me. Listen, I got diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, which I think is bullshit. Attention deficit disorder just means you have weak focus. You need to work on it daily by following the G code. But here's some performance enhancing supplements that you can take that'll help you out. Number 1 is caffeine. If you truly have attention deficit disorder, then a lot of things that are stimulants affect you in the opposite way. So if you want to calm things down, you can drink coffee, Red Bull, Monster. And I know some people are going, you're telling people to drink unhealthy. You said work on your genetics, and you're telling them to drink Monster or Red Bull. It's different for us than it is for you, okay? Second thing is, there's a root called Rhodiola. Rhodiola, Rhodiola root. You can get it on Amazon. And if you take 1 or 2 pills of Rhodiola every day, it helps that focus. It's a neurostimulator that helps that focus muscle inside your brain. It helps every single day. Now, you've got to actively work it. You've got to stick to the G code, but this helps as well. There's also some pills that come in a green jar on Amazon. They're in a little green jar with a white cap on top, and they say focus pills. They're yellow and green pills. Those focus pills will also help you. I don't know what the fuck is in them, but I've tried pretty much every pill on Amazon, and I've tried Alpha Brain and a bunch of other different brands, and those just simply called focus pills seem to work the best. And lastly, you want to use omega fatty acid fish oils. Right? These are the supplements that you need to take every single day if you have attention deficit disorder. You take these supplements and stick to the G code, and your focus muscle will get flexed on a daily basis. You'll look back in a year, and that bitch will be strong. You know what I mean? If you know somebody with ADD, if you know somebody who's having a hard time focusing, if you know somebody who's got all the potential in the world that just needs to get locked in, honed in to become powerful, make sure you share this with them. Also, make sure you like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and all that other stuff too. We're out of here.